Bluffton in itself is a special brand and a special way of life. But we came to realization that we needed to do a little bit more.
How do we progress from here? What kind of businesses do we want to attract? What kind of a community life do we want to enjoy? And how do we want to look to everyone who wants to come to Bluffton?
We decided to go to our chamber, which is the Hilton Head Bluffton Chamber of Commerce, and discuss with them on branding. You know, now we're growing up and we kind of have a niche in our community. Let's brand Bluffton.
Bluffton's a special place, and you really want to tell the story in a unique manner to make sure that people understand what's special about Bluffton.
First was really just understanding the core value of Bluffton. What is that unique DNA that makes Bluffton really unique in the world?
Well, I think from an investigative standpoint, it was good to touch base with folks, many of whom have longer and deeper roots in this area than certainly I have. But to get a sense of how do they currently feel about Bluffton as it is today or as it has been, and what might they want to see going forward.
We had a series of public meetings that were held over a couple of months in May and June and into July of 2013. Those public meetings were broken into a series of different groups, 8 different groups, over 120 people, residents of Bluffton, came out to voice their opinions, to help us understand that core value of the town of Bluffton.
It's very critical that we had input from all different diverse levels of stakeholders within the greater Bluffton community.
Anytime you go into one of these events, you hope for the best, that, hey, I want people to come, I want people to participate, because we all know that's what produces the best work product in the end.
And people really turned out. They took it seriously and they became very passionate and engaged in the process.
I think that's what's special about this whole branding study is they included a huge spectrum of stakeholders.
We're in this together, and if we don't stick together, we're not going to make it.
Because you cannot be an authentic voice for your community unless all the voices are present.
And they weren't just political leaders and the expected people, but really residents who've lived there all their life that truly cared.
And that is one thing that I'm so enjoying to be part of in Old Town Bluffton and Bluffton, is my voice is being heard.
It was great hearing the stories of what made Bluffton so special to them and how important it was for them to make sure that the authenticity, the real Bluffton, doesn't change as Bluffton grows.
One of the coolest indicators of this research is that Bluffton is completely in love with Bluffton in a very healthy, positive, welcoming way.
A brand should live and breathe and grow and change with a community in order to be viable. And you want to take the things that you care about and lift them up. And you want to set that standard for your children and grandchildren.
Quality of life. I think that's why we remain here, those who are natives and those who visit and decide to make it home.
And I'm just proud of the Bluffton community for having taken that step.
I truly, in my heart, love my town. I've always loved Bluffton, and I always do this, you know, and I love it, and it's in my heart. So they validated what I have always felt.